Hello, hello, hello. This is the Anonymous Reality TV blogger. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. Today I'm going to be reviewing Love Island Australia Season 3, Episode 14. We are still in Casa Amor week, and we are on the next episode of the guys with the Casa Amor girls, while the OG girls are at the Casa Amor villa, and the guys and the Casa Amor girls are still at the main villa, getting into some shenanigans. So the episode starts off kind of as a replay of what took place last night, of some of the dares, like Taku sucking on Michaela's toes, Taku and Aisha making out, also the lap dance with Ryan and Taylor, and then Chris's weird thrusting thing he was doing and speaking German with one of the girls. I can't remember who it was, but neither here nor there. After that, it shows, Taku basically asking if him and Michaela can share a bed, and that he wanted to share a bed with her, and that he's in a bit of a triangle and has feelings for both her and Aisha. So then right after that, he talks with Aisha, and they're like making out in the bed, and then they're like also out on the day bed and making out. And so he was like, there's something I need to tell you. And he's like, I feel like this is speed dating, don't you? And she was like, she's like, I'm on Love Island, you must be on speed dating. And so he basically tells her that he asked Michaela to sleep in his bed prior to them, building on the connection that they already had, and didn't want her to be upset or whatever. And so she said she was fine with that. And so then pretty much after that, it kind of showed that really only Ryan and Taylor were in the same bed, and also Taku and Michaela were in the same bed, but I think Michaela could tell that like something was off. And so then the next day, Ryan tells, I think it's Aaron, that he really is into Taylor, that Taylor didn't try to do anything last night, when he said that he wanted the first night to just cuddle, just to see if there was just anything that was there of substance and just not the physical attraction. And so he really told Aaron that he is really sold on her. He said because she could have easily tried to do anything and she didn't. And then he's like, so into her beauty. He's so into the fact that how she looks without makeup on and how natural she is. And then Taylor, in the midst of this, is doing like headstands like out in the open in front of Aaron and Ryan, which was so hilarious, because then she looks back at them to see if they can see them, and then of course like they see what she's doing. But Ryan basically said, this is his experience too, and he doesn't want to regret anything. So he's going to, experience this to the max. And then I think also that morning, Aaron's doing TikToks with a couple of the girls. Also, initially the guys, Taku, he has another follow-up session with Aisha about, how he wants to tell Michaela that pretty much he's just going to be all in on Aisha from here on out. So, and he said it was kind of awkward sleeping in the bed with Michaela after all of that. So he's going to just kind of be upfront with her later. Then from there, the guys, then from there, he tells Michaela basically that he's not seeing it for him and her, and that he has stronger feelings for Aisha. And so then Ryan has another chat with Taylor to kind of just discuss like how he feels that they're on the same level. And this is the most I've heard Ryan talk, like the entire show. I'm like, where was this Ryan, the entire time? That's why when people were hyping up him and Lexi, I never saw this thing where Ryan was head over heels for her. He just was head over heels for her right now, but I knew deep down his head would turn for the right person, and that's totally the case here. And he would have done something sooner had he been on Casa more sooner. I just think, at the time it was convenient to be with Lexi, and, he didn't really have to do much to win her affections. So I think he's all in on her. I would be shocked if Ryan does not choose to recouple with Taylor. So then after all of this, the first update from the Love Island Times that the girls get over in the Casa Amor Villa, Jess brings over this Love Island Times, and it's like set up like Us magazine, and has different pictures of the guys doing different things. Some of the quotes, like it has Ryan and Michaela making out. It has Ryan doing his lap dance. It has Taku and one of the girls. And so it just has like a little bit of everything. And so, and then it also has Nicholas doing his own thing. And so, Courtney's pissed. And then it just has like a quote from, so Ryan, he had a quote in there that he tells one of the new girls that she ticks all of his boxes. And then there was also a quote in there from Chris basically feeling guilty over the little striptease thing that he did. Was really kind of the highlights of that. So, the girls, of course, all have a reaction. And of course, Lexi is upset because she can't believe like all this stuff is going down with Ryan. And so then they show the preview that coming up that they're going to get the video footage for their second Casa Amor update of the day. And so we circle back, and the guys are doing a game with the Casa Amor girls, basically kind of similar to the challenge wars that they usually do on other seasons, but essentially they would have 10 seconds to do whatever the text message says. So, for instance, kissing an islander. They had one where like Ryan and Taylor had to go back to the hot tub and like kiss for 10 seconds, I believe. So there was just like different tasks, and if they got them all completed within the 10 seconds, then they could get a party. So they, of course, completed all of those, and they got the party. So then after that, the girls are still kind of talking and hanging out. And then, Courtney's pretty much like over Nick. And so then Ryan and Taylor have some more one-on-one time, and he's just like glowing about her. And then Mitch, I feel like he watched Love Island UK, because I have no idea why all of a sudden he's being Mr. Moral Police over over the situation with Ryan and Taylor, when he was going back and forth between Emily and Tina himself, and like was trying to hide Emily in back rooms to kiss her. And then Chris, who like did not fight to keep Rachel in the villa, and just immediately, less than 24 hours, was all over Zoe. Like just no time to, be upset or get over. Like just immediately went right with the next bombshell that came into the villa. So they're one to talk about anybody's heads turning, when this is a situation where Ryan's pretty much been with Lexi the past couple of weeks, and this is what Casa Amor is designed to do. So, and who's to say that Mitch wouldn't have done the same thing had the Emily situation not have happened, and he got tempted by one of these girls. So he's one to talk. So then after all of that, they go back to the OG girls who were in the Casa Amor villa, and then it has Zoe. They like knock on the door of that villa, and so they have this box, and like with a ribbon tied around it. And so Zoe, brings it to the girls, and it's like an iPad with like a heart on the back. And so everybody's like freaking out. And so originally it looked like the girls were trying to like look at it individually, but then they were like, let's all look at this together as a group. So they finally like hit play, and so it shows like Taku and Aisha making out, and it also shows like how the different guys are talking to the Casa Amor girls, how nobody's exclusive, nobody's officially boyfriend and girlfriend. and mainly Mitch doing a whole bunch of talking, basically saying, none of us are tied down. We don't have rings on our fingers, blah, blah, blah. Like, Mitch is really just selling that even though he's with Tina, he's not like with Tina. And so then it shows Chris's little German talk and him lifting up Taylor and stuff, and his little thrust move that he did that was like a little bit of a picture previously in the previous times. And so Zoe is shocked that he is like using the German language on this girl like less than 24 hours, and she thought it was something that was like special between the two of them. And so then it shows Nicholas and Audrey flirting and like basically having the talk about how they have all this sexual tension and all this and that. And then they were just like making some of these, the OG girls were making like these weird faces. And so then somebody said, they showed the fire pit conversation where the guys asked Nick, oh, so you're going to seal the deal tonight. So Courtney's like done. She just cannot believe like what she is seeing. And so then it shows also Ryan talking to Taylor and just really gassing her up. And then it shows the clip of Ryan and Taylor kissing in the hot tub, but just like how he grabs her and is kissing her with like all this passion. Lexi said that like she has never been kissed like that from Ryan. And she said, this just shows this is not the person who she thought she was dealing with, and she's done. She really is upset that she got played, and she feels like he completely switched and she doesn't recognize any of the guys anymore. So she's all upset because it was funny. You remember the last episode, she was pretty confident that like nothing was going to happen. And, this time apart would be, what it was. So then they circle back to the evening with the girls, and, Courtney basically is like, this just confirms my gut feeling. And, there was a reason that Nick didn't want to open up to me, and that was because he was an F-boy. And so she was like, this is Love Island, not F-boy Island. And so she says she just wants to go back to the villa and tell the boys, F you, F you, F you, you're cool, you can stay, and then F you to like everybody that is there. But they basically just said that they do not recognize the guys and how they are behaving. One did question if some of the things were done via a challenge versus just separate from one. But Lexi felt with them being back in the hot tub that was, she didn't register, I don't think, for her that it could have been from a challenge. So then they go back to the OG villa with the OG guys and the Casa Amor girls. It's nighttime, they're drinking, they're celebrating, they have like their little party. And so because of the challenge, they got a little Polaroid camera, so they were like taking little pictures of each other and this and that, and like it was like printing, and they just like put on a wall like all of their instant pictures and stuff. And so then circles back to Nick, because he's in a love triangle with this blonde as well as Audrey, and they're both just like really feeling each other. So he's trying to like make a decision on who he wants to deal with between Brianna and Audrey. The guys keep telling him to go for Brianna, but I feel like he has a better connection with Audrey. So I don't know what's up with that, why the guys are pushing for the blonde. But because I feel like he has a better connection with Audrey. So then at the end, it goes back to the OG girls in the Casa Amor villa, and then they have this toast. And then after that, basically, they then show the preview that it looks like the girls are going to come back to the main villa, and the guys are likely going to go to the Casa Amor villa, and then the guys will then come to the villa, the Casa Amor guys will, for their couple of days. And then it'll be the opposite, where the OG guys have those couple of days to kind of reflect. And then they'll probably get updates as well on what's going on with the girls. So that pretty much is it. I am going to be watching today's episode of what happens at Casa Amor for the OG female. So I will definitely try to get another video uploaded a little bit later here. But please let me know your thoughts. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Talk to you guys soon.